evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gamestah TV for our special presentation of the Nations Cup Overwatch competition between Australia, New Zealand, and Singapore in alphabetical order, because God forbid that I would be partisan towards the great team of New Zealand in the presence of some of the other casters who support other teams, such as, I don't know, Australia and possibly Singapore. My name is Crisis, and I'm going to be hella biased throughout the Nations Cup. We're going to have a bit of fun. I've got to represent New Zealand, because if I don't, well, Gaimar will, and he's here with us tonight. We've got the usual Overwatch production crew all ready to go. And let's have a bit of fun. Remember, this is a casual tournament. This is something just to have a bit of fun. And that is the spirit that we will be approaching it from this point onwards. Well, let's get the introductions going as we get the teams into the custom game lobby. I'll first throw to EJ. And EJ, say good evening to everyone, and tell us about how you came up with the idea for the Nations Cup. Oh, dear.
He's not here. He's not here.
He's gone all quiet. Threw him under the bus. Never mind. Never mind. Well, then, since you're speaking up, All G, how's it going, man? You've had a couple of weeks off since the Zowie Gamestah Overwatch League, and here we are for the Nations Cup. How are you feeling?
Indeed, I'm feeling well rested. Yeah, the Zowie finals was a fantastic day. I had a great time, but it was very draining. So it was good to get a couple of weeks off, sort of reset, and I'm well and truly ready to get back in and do some casting. It's great to actually have Singapore and New Zealand here in this tournament as well for the next 2 weeks. It's going to be great to see these teams from different countries really battling it out, and maybe we'll see some unique styles coming into play as well. So a lot to look forward to. Yeah,
it should be good. And Bobby J, the format that we've put together is... Oh, well, firstly, good evening, Bobby J.
Hey, what's going on?
So let's talk about the format. We're going to have a home and away series, and that's mainly because of ping.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be fair if everyone was playing on the Aussie server or New Zealand server or Singapore, because the ping differential. It's not too bad between Australia and New Zealand, but especially for the guys over in Singapore, it wouldn't be fair if they were just playing on 100+ ping in every game.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's going to be interesting when the Kiwis play against the Singaporeans, because we're going to be pinging about 250 to 300 or something like that. So some shenanigans there for sure. Well, let's move on to the match of the night, and or the first match of the night. And of course, that is going to be Australia versus New Zealand. And Bobby J and All G, if you want to take us through the teams, man, and just lead us into this map, and I will go back to my little hole in the ground pushing buttons.
All right, I'll talk to you when you get out of your hole, mate. All right. We're here with the Australian team first up. I'm going to be biased here because you're being biased too, so I'm going to... two wrongs make a right in my book. So Termo is from the Chiefs. He's who'll be playing the tank position here. He's very known around the scene here for being one of the best Reinhardt players and one of the best flex players around. We've also got Kiki from Jam Gaming. We're in the flex position. Expect some Diva, a very good Diva player actually. Used to play for Quentium. Known for and the Diva changes came in, was massive for Kiki. So expect maybe some Diva from Kiki and some Zarya, maybe a little bit of Roadhog. But then we've also got Jimeb, been around since the start of the scene, the captain of Jam Gaming in the DPS position. Expect him on McCree, with also Hey Katie, with Genji, got hit with nerfs in the upcoming patch, but Genji's still one of the best picks overall. So Hey Katie, expect him on Genji, maybe on Reaper as well, with a limb from the Woodcocks. He'll be on Lucio pretty much all night, with Bim from Quentium. He will be on Zenyatta, one of the best Zenyatta players in the region. So that rounds out the Australian team, and we've also got the New Zealand team here, All G.
Yeah, so on the New Zealand team, we've got, coming from the top, we've got Elias, who plays flex for Warlord Cogs, and he used to actually be a player for Free Agent A as well. LS Azaria is one of the well-known champions that he's meant to play, so probably going to be seeing a lot of that coming out on him tonight. We've also got Spoons, who's a DPS for Abyss, a very good McCree and Reaper player, and both of those, heavily favoured picks at the moment. Some people thinking that those two picks are just going to get even more, picked in the future patches coming up soon. So great for him to be playing those characters at the moment. We got AVRL, who's the coach for Blame Coin Flip, and he used to play on Tile Spreadsheet, but was replaced by Yuki when he moved in there. So a bit of experience in the pro scene, and now he coaches. So really great to see him tonight playing as well. We've got Taken, we've also got Peels, and we've finally got Nomi as well, rounding out the New Zealand team. So really good caliber of players on both teams, Steve Bobby. It's going to be a great first game to come into.
I'm very excited. This is the grudge match between Australia and New Zealand, and Gaima, you put together this team. So how are you feeling about the squad that you put together?
I'm feeling good. I mean, as you mentioned, those players. I mean, I'm sure everyone knows those players because they are quality players, and especially what I'm wanting to watch out for is Nomi. We haven't seen him that much lately since Series Team disbanded, but he's a really good DPS player. So expect some quality frags from him.
Has Peel said anything, Gaima, about versing his teammates?
Oh, I think he feels relatively confident. I mean, Peels is a really good tank player. I mean, the Australian players are all good, obviously, because that's why they were picked for the Australian All-Star team. But in saying that, I think Peels is confident because he knows he's good, he knows his teammates are good, and so we're just gonna have to see.
We've also got Taken, who's playing on the New Zealand side, and he was also an ex-GM member. So we have two GM affiliated players on either side tonight.
Yeah, Jam are just clearly the team to be on. Taken being, I think he was a sub for them in the early days, and then he moved to Blame Coin Flip so that he could go into a core role. But we should see him on Lucio, so expect some nice Lucio play from him.
And you're familiar with most of these players, OG. We've been casting them for the past couple of months.
Yeah.
And we've got Bim, who's on Quentium. He's quite fresh. You're a big Zenyatta fan, so what do you expect from Bim?
Absolutely. I mean, as we said, Zenyatta really has sort of come into the mold in the last patch, and he's basically like now a perma pickup that you need to get. So I love. Bim was one of the first players who was really starting to impress me when the Zenyatta changes came in. So really great to see him tonight. Love to see a bit of Zenyatta coming in as well. But as you said as well, Lucio, especially with the pig as well, Lucio even gets even stronger because you really just heal people naturally. So who knows, Lucio even stronger now with the differences.
Yeah, with Termo and Hey Katie both from the Chiefs. We've got Katie and Jim who will be tearing it up in the DPS roles. So Hey Katie is also up. There's several players here actually that are nominated for the World Cup. So be sure to check out them on the World Cup website on Overwatch. Haven't voted yet. So Hey Katie definitely in the running, all G to be on the World Cup squad for Australia.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the well-known DPS players here on the Australian team, and in the scene in general. So, hey, Katie, I wouldn't be surprised if he was heading over there. But it is up to the public in the end to decide who they want to see there. So, but as I said, wouldn't be surprised to see him heading over.
Do you expect, with Jim and Kiki being in the same team and Katie and Termo being on the same team, do you expect some sort of synergy from the Australian guys, OG?
Oh, absolutely. In these sort of international squads that you see a lot of people come together, in most sports, any synergy is basically, very, very strong. So it's good to see, from an Australian perspective, to see, Jam and the Chiefs have some synergy here. And, these players have played against each other quite a lot as well. So even playing against an opponent and then getting on the same team with them can be helpful for you as well. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens as we come into this first game.
Yeah, Australia here on the defense first up with New Zealand on the offense. We've got the best of threes here tonight on Gamestah's Nations Cup coverage. We've got Dorado up first, Hollywood, then Lijiang Tower. So some high action maps here, OG.
Yeah, Dorado, Hollywood, then Lijiang Tower. Three really, really exciting maps. Dorado known for those very snaky sort of road sections where you have a lot of high ground as well. So it's going to be interesting to see if the teams can hold very effectively in that first choke point underneath the arch here for us, the Australians. So I think if they have managed to hold under this arch for as long as possible, they'll have a really good chance of holding out the rest of the map. Because if you really get broken through this first checkpoint quickly, the New Zealanders could really push through and snowball out this map.
See a mirror between the two teams here, so the meta at the moment, or G, is just shaped up to be just only a handful of characters lately.
Yeah, really, really strong meta here. You're really revolving a lot around keeping Zenyatta safe and keeping your support safe and keeping your DPS such as McCree safe as well. So Zarya is there as well as a very comfortable pick, just to make sure that people like Genji, I mean we don't have a Genji in this game, but people like Genji and Reaper especially, very strong flankers at the moment. So Zarya is there to absorb a lot of that damage and turn it back on them.
And the payload is ready to get set. It's moving up here towards the first checkpoint with New Zealand pushing it up. And the guys from Australia are holding up here in the marketplace, not going for the high ground. Only Jim's up there as Reaper, getting ready to go in. I'm surprised that Katie's on McCree and Jim's on Reaper, not the other way around.
Yeah, Jim is known a lot for his Reaper play, but who knows, maybe he's just trying it out. As we know, Katie plays pretty much every DPS in the game, so not surprised he's on that, but looks like the first one's coming into the night.
Yeah, Jim's right there behind him. He's ready to go up in there. Elias gets the first kill here. Zarya on Zarya. Takes out Kiki. First one to fall as New Zealand push in here. They're going on the right-hand side. Just go to Orb on top of Taken. And now it's on top of Avril. Hovering behind Hills' shield here. They're taking down Katie. Ready to push on. Australia's on the back foot here. As Bin's been taken down also. And they're going to get the first point.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what the Aussies did not want. They didn't want to lose that first point quickly and allow the New Zealanders to get like a big rush here. Elia is playing a very, very, very aggressive Zarya at the moment, which is fantastic for him to see. So rocking that gold skin, it looks like as well, Elias. So it's he's looking comfortable tonight.
Known as being one of the great Zarya players in the scene, very highly ranked as well. So be on the lookout for him. As Kiki is also on the Zarya though, but they're a bit the high ground here, but they seem to be a little bit under pressure. But Tomo goes in and where's Reinhardt? Only gets a couple of members. He's going all the way into the opposite section to take out Elios here with Nomi picking up the kill on Katie. The rest of both teams are fighting on top of the payload. He'll swing on top of Kiki as he's in the middle of the pack of the New Zealanders. As they continue to push on with Nomi and Spoons' picks here, as Nomi gets another one on top of Kiki, they continue to push forward. Great picks from the New Zealand squad.
Yeah, the Aussies just looking a little bit scattered there. We had a really good initiation by Termo on Elias. He managed to pick him really early, but after that, they really bled in a little bit, a little bit too slow and sort of lost one by one. So, Katie switching off the McCree straight onto the Genji, which could put a bit more pressure on that back line. I think they need it.
There we go, Lucio's and Zenyatta on top for both teams here. As Wim hits here towards the end to keep the Australian team healthy here as the Zarya Gravity Well goes in for the New Zealand squad. And he picks up a double kill. Elios, Nomi and Spoons does the same. Nomi with a double kill. They're going to move on here to the last point.
Yeah, really good teamwork there by the New Zealanders, getting Nomi and Elias to use their DPS output very effectively there, putting down a lot of damage there. And just like that, the New Zealanders have broken into this last section. Katie as well, uncharacteristically getting picked off there by Nomi.
Katie switched to the Genji here. The ult is almost built up for him. They've gone for the high ground, the Australian squad, waiting for the payload to be pushed by the New Zealanders. Avril's doing a great job here on his Zenyatta, this board orbing the tank here in Termo. As he's going down, ready to fight them now. As the ult goes down, but Avril does a great job by keeping his team alive with a nicely timed Zenyatta ult, and that helps them in the fight.
Yeah, Avril, as you were saying, very instrumental in that fight with the Discord orbs, just picking people off one by one and allowing Elias and Nomi to just pick people off very efficiently. And just like that, the New Zealanders getting so close.
Come in with Termo's ult there, but Spoonzel hits a death blossom on his Reaper and takes out numerous members, and that finishes the job for them. And they win here on offense, New Zealand. So good start from them.
Absolutely dominating display there by New Zealand and crushing that first offensive push, and basically it didn't look like anyone could stop them. Elias, as we were saying, going huge that game. Always looking efficient and getting up so much damage with Zara.
So just waits for the Zenyatta ult to finish off and hits the gravity well, and pretty much knows the entire team besides Jim there, and just zaps away his health at the end. So great placement there of the ultimate. And that time at 3 minutes and 44 seconds here, LG.
Yeah, unbelievably quick time there set by New Zealand, and you know, Australia really has their work cut out for them. They didn't really look like they set up, you know, at all really that game. They had that one moment in the second checkpoint where they got on the high ground and they were putting a little bit of damage down, but the initiation almost looked a little bit too rushed there, I feel. You know, Termo got the ult off on Elias and picked him off, but really needed to hit more people there, I feel. So yeah, the Aussies not really looking like they're synergizing well with each other at the moment.
Also shout out to the new social media groups being formed here. We've also got a subreddit, Overwatch ANZ, or is it, you guys can correct me on that, it's either ANZ Overwatch or Overwatch ANZ, the subreddit. So hit him up for that. He'll be in Twitch chat, he'll be posting links. There's also the new Facebook Overwatch competitive Facebook group, so if you're not a member of that and you're watching the stream, head on over to that. So it's really good to gather everyone together that's in the competitive scene to promote the scene and help each other out. So we didn't have one yet, all G, so it's good to see that we created one this week.
Yeah, any sort of support that the community can get behind them is just going to help immensely. So if we can find those, hopefully we can get those up soon. Everyone have a look at those and get behind the community. We can really push the scene forward, and it'll be great for everyone.
Hey Katie is going to be on the Genji. He wasn't on the Genji until the end of the last half here, when in that very quick push of 3 minutes and 44 seconds set by New Zealand. But hey Katie's on the Genji, be looking out for him as Termo's on the instant.
Yeah, you can see here they're looking for a very quick start here through this first checkpoint. They can't get bogged down in this archway. I feel like if they wipe on this first archway, it's going to be extremely difficult to come back and set a very good time. So yeah, we'll see what happens in this first archway here. But the Winston pick and the Genji, really good signs so far in picks for Australia.
As Jim says, he's cracked a BB.
Yeah.
So in great Aussie fashion there.
Yeah.
So.
National salute.
Oh, that here is horrible. So nothing to be proud about. But
don't have you ever had hammer and tongs, mate? That's good.
Well, Jim, if you listen to this replay, if you lose, mate, you might want to crack a few others to down the sorrows. So
yeah, absolutely.
So they're going to continue to push on here, all G, with Hey Katie is going to be looking for that pick as soon as they push in.
Yeah, already at 25% Hey Katie, so getting some decent damage off. Wants to get that Dragon Blade up ASAP and, you know, shut down Zenyatta before he can get his ult. I feel like if Zenyatta can get the ult up and Avril can protect people a bit well, it's gonna be tough for him.
Yeah, they've taken a little bit of time here. The payload's been stopped just past the archway. Time is not on their side as it's ticking away here, so got to get in there now if they're gonna be able to beat that time. So pressure's on to them. Kiki's on the left-hand side along with Hey Katie. Trying to see if there's an opening. Nothing there just yet. It's hovering above the archway.
Yeah, that whole push was basically stopped instantly by Nomi picking up Lucia there, but it looks like the fight's coming in here.
Yeah, Hey Katie gets a double kill, setting things up, gets through, gets the resets, and they've cleaned up the backline straight away. That was very quick.
Yeah, great initiation there by Termo, getting right on the backline and managing to eliminate the support threats instantly. And that's much better by the Australians. That's the first time they've really looked like they've grouped up and gone for something aggressive.
Hey Katie did not use his ultimate either, so Dragon Blade be ready for the next fight. Yeah,
great that he could hold onto the Dragon Blade as well. This is the moment they need to get over the top. I mean, Avril's only on 50%. Taken's at about 80% on Lucio, so if we can get in here and get a couple of picks, they might be able to get through this stream very quickly.
The door's just open there, so Hey Katie waiting above on that little bit of a balcony, so a very cheeky spot.
Yeah, really sneaky. Look at that, just hiding around the corner, not even poking out at all, just waiting for someone to initiate and you can get right on that.
Termo starts the fight up. Hey Katie's right there and gets the Dragon Blade's instant double kill on the air. That's a triple kill for Hey Katie. Just blowing apart. Quadra kill. He's going for 5 kills here. Can he get on top of Pills? Pills says no. Back to spawn. 4's enough for you, mate.
Yeah, that was much better there by Hey Katie. One Dragon Blade swiped out both of the supports, and there's no way they were getting back from that fight after that deficit. So, you know, the ultimate went down, and yeah, very effective there by Hey Katie.
Great timing between Turbo and Hey Katie, so you can see the synergy there between those two players. They're both on the chase of spoons, or we're trying to help the team out by going with the Death Blossom. If Bim hits the Zenyatta ult, everyone's staying healthy here. Jim picks up kills here in the end.
Yeah, point blank dead eye there on Reinhardt for Jim. So, you know, the Aussies, they finally got their feet, and they're turning this map into a bit more of a challenge now for the New Zealanders. It's good to see.
Yeah, they've got about 44 seconds to go because the 3 clock has been gone. No, sorry, 2 minutes have been gone.
Yeah.
And, so they've got a minute and a bit to go. It's still in contention here, so we've got New Zealand up on the higher ground, G, with Australia getting ready to push that payload up. As the gravity well goes down on the half of the squad of the Australians, they're falling one by one with Nomi's double kill, triple kill for him. Great work, Nomi.
Yeah, instantly as well. It looks like KK he's actually switched on the Tracer as well. I thought the Genji pick was doing great, but yeah, who knows? Just maybe trying out the Tracer to see if they can figure it out.
2 minutes to go, not very long. And here we go, the Australian squad are ready to jump back in. They haven't got long to push this, so Olim's the first one to touch. Oh, there we go, Avril's fallen here by Jim. They continue to push on here, looking for more picks in the back line. Heals, slams down his ultimate, sending people down to the ground. Olim's got back up, he's trying to help his team, but the gravity wall goes down here for Kiki. Now only 2 have fallen, 3 have fallen here. They've taken out the front line. Elias has now fallen. Australia's pushing on here.
Yeah, much better by Kiki there to use the energy beam and just shred everybody, and a lot of damage that goes, especially when it pierces. It just goes straight through Reinhardt as well. So great initiation there. Really well played there by Australia.
AK with a double kill. Avril did a great job on his Zenyatta to hold up the time here. As Bim's now keeping everyone alive to push on. The time's going to be very close, so see what they get here. I'm not sure which person won, so this is very, very close. Avril did a great job there by holding on towards the end.
Yeah, interesting. You know, the Chiefs, they looked a little bit shaky at the start, but they managed to pull it together and finally get it. This is my favorite with the highlight as well. I love that. So good.
So you got the play of the game here by Turmo. He jumped straight into the back line, not wasting any time here with Hey Katie. The follow up. Turmo and Hey Katie did a great job synergizing this game.
Yeah, Turmo, you could see as soon as he was on the Winston. Well, not as soon as he was on the Winston, but when he was playing the Winston, really good to see Hey Katie backing him up as well. Just really aggressive play there by Turmo to allow the Aussies to get over the line.
Yeah, and we've got a time at 4 minutes 33, so good job by the NZ squad picking up the first win here, so of the best of 3 series. Going to be moving on to Hollywood, so NZ set a ridiculously fast time at 3 minutes 44. That was very hard to beat.
Yeah, the Australians, I mean, their defense let them down that game. They didn't look very strong in the first push, but the second half when they were actually attacking, it looked a lot more effective. So I feel like in Hollywood here, you know, they feel like maybe they've warmed it up a little bit. They've got into the mindset. They just need to be strong on the defense. If they're too weak on the defense, then you know, these are experienced players. They're just going to absolutely crush them on the side of New Zealand here.
We get ready to go into Hollywood here with Australia's back on the defense. So all these players are very knowledgeable with this map here. Hollywood's been a favorite amongst the community for a while, so nothing crazy here. So we expect all players to be on their game.
Yeah, a lot of it comes down in Hollywood to the second checkpoint. If you can set up quickly and get on the high ground and hold together as a team, you can have a much better chance. But if you lose, you know, 1 or 2 people on the first point, and you know you start bleeding in, and you only have maybe 4 or 5 people ready to defend, it becomes a lot tougher. So you need to make sure if you're not going to be able to hold onto the first checkpoint, you just reset, let it go, and fall back and set up to minimize the damage.
Nomi has switched up to McCree now on the Tracer, so with Elios opting for the Diva as well. Oh, as I say that, Elios back on his beloved Zarya, but we have Nomi on the Tracer. He was on McCree all last game on Dorado, so what do you expect from Nomi's Tracer?
Yeah, interesting pick. Just a lot of harass. They're looking to maybe keep Australia under a bit of pressure. They noticed that, you know, they looked a bit shaky on the defense last time. So maybe sneaking around the back, providing a bit of a mind games with Tracer, just poking people back and forth, might really be beneficial for the New Zealand squad. But I mean, that being said, I really liked his McCree last game. Looked very strong. So let's see if his Tracer is just as good.
They're getting ready to open up here. As the gates are now unlocked, are getting ready to push up here in New Zealand. So Reinhardt and Diva, like there's gonna. I was gonna say the Diva switch, so my train of thought just got completely off.
Yeah, the Diva's not there anymore. It's switched off, so it looks like they're just going the same tactic like they did last game, leading the front line with the Reinhardt and getting Elias out there as well to just pump damage down with those ranged lob shots.
Yeah, they're held up here in the archway. Gonna start moving back here in New Zealand. As Australia's just pushed up a bit further with Turmo. Everyone's rallied behind him. As the shield went down, trying to build up his ultimate. Gonna reset here in New Zealand. They got caught out just here on the archway.
Yeah, just a couple of people being picked off there. I think Naomi tried to get around the back and just harass them as discussed, but you know, McCree, Jim was basically there straight away to make sure that that wasn't a priority. So looks like he's trying it again. It'll be interesting to see if Jim can pick him off again as well.
And not as fast as the last time. They went straight in before New Zealand on Dorado, so a little bit slower start here. But they're gonna try and combat that now, going straight in here. Phil swinging away at Thermo, trying to take him down. A limb pops his ultimate. That's an early ult for Lucio. As they're holding him strong here with Kiki's double kill. Jim getting another on the coursing and back further and further. Only taking remains. Here's the last one to drop. Hold.
Yeah, really well played there by Kiki to manage to get on the Zenyatta straight away and eliminate him. Especially because Bim went down so early, so they need to eliminate that other support threat if they wanted any chance of surviving that. So great pick out there by Kiki to make sure that the boys from Oz managed to stay alive.
And Zed gathered here on the right hand side, going through the security room. They're ready to go straight away, right in there. Both gravity wells get placed down. It's firing from both sides. Thomas slams in, gets a double kill. Hey, Katie gets another one in the background as he continues to fire away on Nomi, dashing around, but that was a bit of chaos there with double gravity well.
Yeah, double, yeah, the Graviton Surge coming in there and just hooking him up really, really tightly, and Hey Katie managed to get out with the Reaper form as well and pump so much damage with those Hellfire shotguns. So great work by Katie there, but New Zealand playing a very aggressive stance here, trying to get some percentage on the point. They got the pick too.
Oh, the great ult there from Reinhardt as they enter back into the point. Hey Katie lands a death weapon, picking up one, but Spoonzel gets a double kill as well. Avril trying to keep his team alive, joins back up with them. They're going to push on, they need to get through Turmo's shield. Keeps in the background, zapping them away. Nomi's dashing up and down, the rest of his team has fallen. Wow. Australia recaps the hold here with only a third being done.
Yeah, great recap there by Oz, especially since they lost, I think it was Bim, they lost him very early on. I'm not quite sure, but the New Zealand did get a pick, so you know they were down a man and they held out very efficiently there. I feel like New Zealand, they need to just try and maybe come from a different direction at the moment. They just keep coming through the front door and they're just getting picked off by the Aussies. But great ult there by Peels to thumb this off.
Hey, slams the backline down to the ground. Is Kiki's the first one to fall by Nomi. Bim's a little bit caught out though, he needs to go join the rest of his team. He's fallen there, so he's caught out there as a limb, and Hey Katie and Jeanette still alive here. Pills holding up the shield for Spoonzel and Avril to push on through. Spoonzel looking for a pick, Limb pops the ult, Lucio ultimate. They're gonna go straight on to Avril. Hey Katie picks up a triple kill and finishes the fight.
Yeah, Alim really playing smartly on Lucio there. Baited them all the way into the point to fight and popped the Lucio ult and rushed them in there. And Hey Katie basically did the rest. So really good play there by Alim to make sure that they got 3 of those players there. And all of a sudden, New Zealand have only got a minute and 10 seconds to get the first checkpoint.
Yeah, this is unlike what we saw in Dorado. They were very fast in that, so they rushed in here with the Lucio speed burst. Hey Katie gets a triple kill with that Zarya shield on top of him. That's great work there from Hey Katie getting that one.
Yeah, Hey Katie, one of the things he does so well is making sure he gets a great flanking position to get behind the enemy team. We saw it last game on Dorado with Genji, and we've seen it again here with Reaper. He just waits behind and lets everyone run past him and then just does the rest from there. So good positional awareness there by Hey Katie. 3 ultimates up though on the side of AU and only 2 up on the side of New Zealand, so it's going to be tough for them, but they're finally taking a different approach coming up in this top section, Bobby, and I think this is what they needed to do a little bit earlier. Hopefully it pays off from here.
The shield up from Peels. Wait, the timing there, the timing, they're trying to time when to go down. They try to spend too long, so they just jump straight into a Zarya ult, the Timer's ult, everyone's going to get cleaned up here. They've fallen straight into the trap.
They did a really good initiation coming down all together, but unfortunately they didn't take into account the Kiki ult. And once that Graviton Surge came down, it was basically all over there. And Australia holding out very effectively on this first checkpoint.
Jim with the GG easy. Well, mate, you're not going to be able to stay there for very long because soon it's going to be changed so that you're insecure or something like that,
Yeah,
or whatever.
So
you're going to deal with the filters real soon, mate, as Termo just held his back, putting the rest of the team on it. And lands a beautiful ultimate there. So, great play of the game from Australia right there with Termo and Kiki's ults.
So I think the question everyone wants to know, Bobby, is with the new filter system, if you say something really polite and nice, does it actually say GG easy? Does it go the other way?
No.
No, okay, cool. I was hoping that might be the way, but I think it's forcing everyone to be just polite all the time now. So
maybe you can just type in easy GG and they'll be all good.
Backwards. Yeah,
so I'm gonna start doing that. So
hashtag easy GG. Yeah, that's the way it wants to be. But yeah, good to see a bit of competitive sportsmanship coming there from Jim on that last checkpoint, and the Aussies holding out very well there. So New Zealand have a very tough time ahead of them here.
Yeah, they're gonna have to hold off on defense here. So. And then go to a draw, and then go to the next game and just pick up a win. Even a draw. If they get a draw here, and they go into the third game, and that's a draw, they'll actually pick up the series with 1 win and 2 draws. So they'll be looking to hold on here and putting extra pressure on top of Australia.
Yeah, what Australia did very well there was just stay together as a group and make sure that they didn't get picked. I think there was only one time that they lost someone early on in a fight, and they managed to hold on, and secure it. But I feel like if New Zealand really want to have a chance here, they need to make sure that they stay together as a group and get one flanker just to hide around the side and put damage down when the Aussies push in. So we have a look here at the lineup. No real flankers at the moment, but we do have a Junkrat who can help hold the choke. So it's going to come down to Spoons to see if he can hold this area here as Junkrat.
Banter continues between Jam and Peels, both Jam members. So
no surprise there.
Spreading the jam is basically banter, I feel.
Yeah, spreading jam everywhere at the moment in the lobby. And
Peels is not very happy with the railing right there. He completely just slams it up with his golden hammer. Look at that.
Yeah, it's great to see all this. Some of the really high level players who play, a lot of Overwatch and got, that minimum 300 wins. I've had some of those golden weapons for a while, but now that the season's ended and everyone's got those bonus points, it's great to see the golden weapons coming out and being shown on display here.
Yeah, where I'm 150 points away from getting a golden weapon. So they're changing that, yeah? It's going to cost more to get golden weapons?
Yeah, it's going to cost more. You're going to get more, but it's going to cost more. So in the end, you just got to play better if you want those golden weapons.
Oh, well, that's a dilemma I've been in for many years of my life. So here we go. Let's start off here with we go Termo straight in, pop in the shield, got the Zarya shield on him, looking for the picks in the backline as support. Hey Katie gets taken, Hey Katie gets out. Well, what's the support stand for New Zealand? They've got to be careful here, they've got no heals. Heals gets the kill on top of Kiki though, as the fight continues on top of the payload. They're forced to back with the cache here, and Australia going to get a very quick cap here as it keeps going around the circle. They've got 1/3, getting ready to go up to 2/3 here as they're going to come from the spawn New Zealand. They're not going to get back in time.
No, it's going to be tough. They need a tag if they want any chance of holding on, but nah, just absolutely crushed there by the Aussies. And yeah, Kiki just eliminating himself there very unconventionally. You'd see that, he played so well the first game, but unfortunately wasn't able to hold on to it. So yeah, it looks like the GGs are coming down, and that's the end of it, because if Crisis, if you want to come in and explain to everyone, we're running a slightly different rule set than we usually do. We're actually running the competitive rule set this time around.
Yeah, pretty much the competitive rule set, and because there was no cap by the New Zealand team in that first round, the Australians just needed to do a single cap. So good games. That's one map each at this stage, and so we'll go to the third, King of the Hill, Lijiang Tower, for the decider.
So before we go in, I'm just gonna grab you Crisis and Guymer, since you're both NZ boys. We're one apiece here. What do you boys want to see? You first, Crisis. What do you boys want to see from the New Zealand team here?
I want to see them on the right side so that I can get the overlays right. But Guymer might have something that he wants to see from the team itself.
Yeah, well, I mean, that last map was Hollywood, and you see a lot more Australians in Hollywood than Kiwis, so, I mean, it wasn't the best map for us New Zealanders.
Yeah.
But in this one, I'm sure Spoon's Reaper will be much more effective because Li Zhang is good for Reaper. So I don't know. I think that New Zealand has still got this. Shouldn't be too much trouble.
I didn't know that was a pun saying like we've got more actors in Hollywood than New Zealand. You've got Russell Crowe, which a lot of us like to claim he's ours, but he's technically yours. We don't really want him anyway. So
Yeah, no, poor Russell. Poor Russell.
yeah, just YouTube his music videos or whatever, like with him singing.
So good. So good.
Man, I don't know how he got that role in Les Memorial. How would you say it? Les Mis.
Yeah, Les Mis. Yeah.
Back to the game. I'm done bantering here. And we got 30 seconds till it unlocks, and Fields is just jumping up and down. He's right in the face. He gets flashbanged. He's going to try and join the rest of the team. Turmo picks up the kill there. Bim and AK also get a pair of kills. And they're moving on further. Jin gets a beautiful triple kill to clean out the team here. It's going to unlock Australia getting the first catch.
Yeah, wow, the Aussies putting on a dominant display there. Hey Katie on the trace, and we've seen him play it time and time again for the Chiefs, and Turmo looking so strong on this Winston as well. So it looks like the Peels has gone into the Winston too. So very similar lineups. In fact, I think they are exactly the same. Oh no, we're not missing the three. So we need to see if the New Zealanders can pull something out here.
They're going straight for the back line though, but Lim and Bim both pick up kills. They're well protected here. The New Zealand team's going to regather as Fields is moving back across the bridge. So they've still got time to work with OLG, so they just need to regroup and go in as a unit.
Yeah, they're looking in a really disadvantaged position at the moment. They need to make sure they try and get their ultimates and try and come up against the Aussies with some ultimates of their own. And at the moment, Bim is just discording people so efficiently, and Hey Katie's getting there and just obliterating people with those double automatic pistols on Tracer. So I feel like the New Zealanders, they need to get a pick somehow and sway the fight in their favour.
Yeah, they've gone in from the right-hand side. They're ready to go in as Jim picks up the first kill though, so here comes the Abral's ultimate from his Zenyatta, keeping everyone alive as Australia does the same here with Bim. It's very clustered here in the middle as the Discord orb is on top of the Winston Appeals, and he's trying to zap away as Lim, Bim and Hey Katie all picking up kills here, so very tightly contested in that small space.
I think I've seen Ilias kill himself twice or three times now already in this set so far, so he's having a very unlucky time at the moment. But at the moment, the New Zealanders have got 2 ultimates up now, but the Aussies 5 ultimates up as well. So this map, it's going to be very tough for them to get back. They need a pick. They need to get someone off the edge and just go in there and do the Hail Marys.
They're gathered up here again as Turmo's not even letting them cross the bridge. He's right in the back line here. Gravity well goes over both elks here from the Zoe for both teams here, but they end up half them fell off.
Nobody as well.
Oh
man, there's not much I can say to make that one look good, unfortunately, Dobie. That was a little bit embarrassing, unfortunately, but yeah, wow, Alim getting a triple kill as well there. So the Aussies' first map, very, very strong.
1-0 here, but New Zealand's not out of it though, so it's a different map here on Li Zhang Tower, so if they gather themselves together and give them that point early, I expect them to be quite dominant because they caught them by surprise on Dorado. They were very aggressive, so if you think if they do the same here, they'll be looking good to take away the next point.
I think so. I mean, one of the biggest issues that they're having at the moment is Hey Katie just absolutely uncontested, shredding basically their whole backline. They need to get a McCree, which they have done now. Really good pick there by Nomi. Hopefully that will provide them some sort of crowd control on this on Hey Katie's Tracer, and that might be able to get them the pick that they need to swing this game back around.
They did great on the McCree before on Dorado, so
yeah, really great.
So you go. Yeah, I was just curious because Nomi did such a great job when he switched, but him and Hey Katie picking up kills left and right center. Sorry mate, I think you were lagging there. As Turmo is switched onto the Reaper and he gets a double kill here. He gets a triple kill, and that's 4 kills for Turmo.
Yeah, sorry, I'm back, mate. My game froze up a bit there, but yeah, Turmo on the Reaper just doing so much damage on top of New Zealand, and Nomi 45% almost on the McCree as well, and the ultimates are slowly sliding in the favour of Australia again. They need to be careful, New Zealand, that they don't get too far behind. Otherwise, it's going to be a really big mountain for them to climb here in the second map.
Australia with a bit of BM here with one tank and Anna, so I'm actually going to root for New Zealand for the rest of this game, unfortunately. So Jim Ab and Bim and Jeremy all picked up kills here, but I'm hoping New Zealand teaches these Aussies a lesson not to BM.
Yeah, well, it's not looking that way, unfortunately, at the moment, with Hey Katie on this Ana. All sorts of picks coming out here, but yeah, it is good to see at least Ana coming out a little bit in slightly semi-competitive play here in the cup. So it'll be great to see how it goes here on this point here.
Gathered up inside the server room, finding a way in here as they go straight up through the center, right onto the back line here. He's trying to get onto the limb here as he's dancing around with his roller skates. Moving forward, we've got Nomi in the back line here on top of Hey Katie. Hey Katie gets one, so Jin gets 2 kills, Tomo gets 2 kills, Nomi gets a kill on top of Jin, but Tomo gets another one here on his Reaper, and this is really aggressive here from the Australian guys with Tomo.
Yeah, the combination of Jim Ebbs, McCree, and Hey Katie's, well, Hey Katie was on Tracer, now on Ana, was really dominant on these capture points here for the first map in this one, and I think that's really what swung the momentum in their favour, and I guess New Zealand just haven't really had an answer to it at the moment.
Straight in with Tomo getting a double kill, triple kill with Tomo. He's opening up the fight with killing half the team. That's 4 kills with Tomo, 5 kills with Tomo. That man is insane on the Reaper tonight.
Yeah, Tomo probably loving the chance to just play, not play Tomo, to play Reaper. At the moment, they're usually playing all those flexi tank positions, so he's loving it at the moment. And Lim getting the roll in there. What sort of damage can Lucio do?
Picks up the kill there on the back line. The rest of the team's going to go in with Alvaro and Nomi and Elias as well, as Elias hits that ultimate down, but Hey Katie did a great job of support with Arno, keeping people alive with the Arno. And the overtime bar is slipping away, and that's it. And that's Australia picking up the first victory here in our first game tonight between Australia and New Zealand. Great job from them. It was closely contested. We went to 3 games, so New Zealand has nothing to be ashamed of or anything. They did a great job, and we're going to limb here with the play of the match.
Yeah, this was the triple kill he got in the Graviton Surge here, I believe, right at the end of the game on this first map. He must have knocked them off, yeah. Knocked them off the map there, wow. And there's Nomi as well, getting stuck on the wall and killing himself with his ult.
The Graviton Surge. I don't know how I've been calling this the Gravity Well for 2 months.
I'll tell you why, mate. It's because I've been calling the Gravity Well and you've been picking up. So it's all my fault. It's all my fault.
I should learn to think for myself.
You should.
So, well, that was a great entertaining match. We're going to go back to Crisis and Gaima on the analyst desk. So back to you, Crisis.
Well, that's our first match done and dusted between Australia and New Zealand. That first map of Dorado, really probably the best game of the series, with New Zealand winning convincingly there. And I'm not really sure what happened in the next 2. Gaima, any opinions on what was going on with Hollywood and Lijiang Tower?
I think it really just came down to Jimmy and Hey Katie stopped just throwing themselves at New Zealand. I mean, I'm not sure what they were really doing, but I mean, maybe Australians, always underestimating the little guy. They just keep throwing themselves at the New Zealand team. The New Zealand team were like, okay, we'll just kill you. I mean, if you want to throw yourself, that's what we'll do. But they didn't do that on Hollywood and Lijiang, so I think that was a bit disappointing. But overall, I think the ult usage from Australia was a lot better, dare I say it. We often saw, for example, Death Blossoms, like Tomo's Death Blossoms and that last point, getting a lot of kills, whereas potentially not so much from the New Zealand team, which was, disappointing. I mean, I'm sure the Aussies cheated somehow because, I mean, they're Aussies, but otherwise...
Look, I didn't want to say, but Hey Katie wasn't missing anything. No, I'm sure that wasn't it. What an excellent series between Australia and New Zealand. Of course, this is Australia's home game, so we want to suggest that they have ping advantage, but really this is a home match for both of the teams, played on the Australian servers, located no doubt in Sydney. Well, we're going to take a short break, ladies and gentlemen, and we will be coming back in just a few minutes as soon as we are ready, as soon as we've set up our next game, and that is going to be New Zealand taking on Singapore And this is New Zealand's home game. So the server will be in Sydney again, Australia, and that means that the Singaporeans will be playing with a ping disadvantage. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, for game number 2 of the Nations Cup here on Gamestah TV. We'll be back in just about 5 minutes.